Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tech Showdown. My name is Kevin. This is my co-host Teddy, and today I'm doing a build video. We're going to be jumping back in time because I've already built it. There we go. Here it is. So this is what we built. So we'll be going back in time to see how I built that. So I'm going to be doing this one a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a voiceover to show you what this is all about. Now this one's a bit different to how I've usually done it in the past because this system was built for my mum, so it's not going to be one that's sort of like the best value for money. It's not going to be, you know, anything like that. She has specific use case scenarios, like she has difficulty with using multiple hard drives, so we're just going to go with a single drive, and other things like that, and the fact that it might get dusty, so that's why I selected some things as well. So yeah, this is definitely not going to be the best one to copy, that's for sure, but it was still a fun build, and I think it'll do her really well for her use case scenario, and that's what it's all about, you know, because everyone's needs are different out there. So let's jump into this build and see how it goes. Alright guys, let's start out first with the case, and it's the Aerocool QS-182 Micro ATX case. So yeah, this one was good. My main reason is obviously the price is very, very cheap. It's actually still somewhat, you know, well built, surprising given the very, very low cost. It is a Micro ATX, so it is very small, which is nice. Not so good in terms of airflow, there's not really much there, but it should get you by for anyone that's looking for something cheap. Now motherboard, it's the Gigabyte H110M-S2H, again, very, very cheap. This still actually has some pretty good features for like a very entry-level motherboard. So yeah, it's quite nice. It's got a lot of Gigabyte good components on it like they have on some of their higher-end motherboards, and it should be just fine. It had everything I need and basically nothing more, so that's, you know, the main thing. Now let's move over to CPU then. So it's the Intel i3-6100. So this is a little Skylake, a little dual-core Skylake with a clock speed of 3.7 gigahertz, which is quite nice. Yeah, I like this one. It's Intel's entry-level CPU. It does do quite a good job for the people scared off of getting a dual-core for the fact that some games and applications require a quad-core. That doesn't matter because it does have hyper-threading, and the games and applications are only looking for the threads. They're not looking for the actual physical cores. So yeah, you can get away with these dual cores if they have hyper-threading, that is. And this one's just a nice little cheapie that does a very good job. Now, cooler-wise, this is the Gamix S40. Now, my reason for going for this, obviously this little i3 cannot be overclocked, so I just wanted it because it's, you know, always good to keep temps down. The stock Intel cooler is not really that good, so this will be, you know, better for keeping temps down. But my main reason was dust, and that's because the stock Intel coolers, if they start getting dusty, they just do not work at all. This has a nice big 120mm fan, and should be fine. Even if it gets a little bit of dust in there, it should all still work perfectly fine, unlike the stock Intel cooler. Now, memory-wise, this is Corsair's Value Select DDR4, just 8 gig single stick at 2133 megahertz, which is the minimum. So yeah, pretty good. This should get you by. 8 gigs is basically what I like to say is like the minimum nowadays. You really don't want to go less than 8. 4 is just not enough anymore, so 8 is a really solid amount. Or if you want to go a bit more crazy, get 16 gigs if you want to be a bit more future-proof. Now, she did require an optical drive, so I chucked one of them in for her. You guys probably don't use them anymore, but of course she does, so we put that in there for her. And as far as the power supply goes, we put the FSP RA450 in. So this is a 450 watt, which should be plenty for this rig. People usually go way, way, way over the top when it comes to power supplies, but 450 watt should be plenty for this. Now it's a silver grade, which is, you know, better than bronze. Silver's, again, I like to think of as like a nice minimum. If you just want, you know, pretty clean power, somewhat decent components in there, it should do a pretty good job there. And yeah, it's quite nice. You know, obviously it's going to be a bit crazy with the cables, and in a micro ATX it's always crazy trying to get everything in and getting all, you know, good looking in terms of cable management. Now, as far as SSDs go, it's the SanDisk SSD Plus. So this is a 480 gig. As I said earlier, she's just going to be running a single drive, so I just wanted a single big SSD. This one's quite good. SanDisk has been around a very, very, very long time, so they definitely know what they're doing. This has got good read speeds up to 480, although the write speeds are a little bit on the low side, but read speeds are what matters the most. And as far as reliability goes, yeah, these are very, very good. Actually shouldn't have any problems with this drive. So yeah, we're looking at the rear fan. I took that out. That was a little 80mm. That was just because why need it? You know, it's just going to be noisy. There's no point in getting in the way. And GPU-wise, so this is the one we were actually just testing. So this is the Asus GTX1050 Expedition. It's a good little GPU. I actually like testing this one. My reason for going for it is she doesn't need anything more than a 1050. 1050 will be plenty for media consumption. I mean, this is a great GPU also for putting in a media center, so it's really good. It also has their 144-hour testing, which means it's going to be very reliable. I also like that. And it has their 0 decibel technology, which means the fans will be turned off, so they shouldn't accumulate much dust there either, which is another good thing to consider. Putting it in is very simple, like normal. I actually like this cooler a lot, and the 1050 in general actually did impress me quite a bit with how much performance you get for the price. It's actually a really good little GPU, and quite impressive. I was expecting a lot less than what it actually delivered. So here's the completed PC. I didn't show the cable management stuff because that's boring and you guys don't want to watch that. It came out really nice. It was actually quite fun to build in, although wiring everything up was a bit of a nightmare, but that's usually the case whenever you have a small case to, oh god, that pun, small case to build in. So yeah, if you see, the SSD was actually mounted on the side there because the connectors wouldn't fit if it was mounted in the bottom, so that got moved there. I tested out everything. Everything was performing good, very reliable, and temps-wise it did very good as well. CPU went up to about 60-something degrees in Intel XTU, and the GPU was also fine. So yeah, just a nice, good little PC for my mum. And we're back. So as you can see, it came out really nicely. This is a good little system that should do her really well. Now it's not going to be, you know, pushed very hard. Her uses for it, it's probably a bit overkill for what she's going to be doing, that's for sure. But I still thought it would be good, and reliability was the main thing. Sort of a very reliable system, and all the components I've used in this build I personally think are very reliable, so that's quite good. Wiring it up was a little bit fun, but that's always going to be the case when you have quite a small system or a case to build with. And the fact that we're using, you know, the power supply we had, there were cables everywhere. So yeah, but yeah, got there in the end. A bit of a fun build. Just thought I'd do a bit different of a video for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.